My name is Kindson, and today we are going to answer the question, what is softmax and how do we calculate softmax values? Why is it necessary? Now, to understand softmax, you also need to understand the concept of logits and the concept of probabilities. You already know that probabilities, they are numbers that lie between 0 and 1, and they represent the likelihood of something being correct. Softmax is a way of converting ordinary numbers that are not probabilities, to probabilities. So let's take an example. You have a number like 1, 2, 3. And this 1, 2, 3, these are the numbers you've derived based on some calculation you've done. However, you want these numbers to be probabilities so that each of them represents a probability where one of them is different from the other one, or maybe the same, but they will have to sum up to 1 so that they have relative likelihood for representing some value, right? So how do you convert 1 to 3 to probabilities? We simply apply softmax. In a neural network, when you derive your weighted scores, normally at the end of the layer, you have those weighted scores. They are not probabilistic, they are not probability values, they are called logits. So let's take, for instance, after you calculate, let's say, scores, right? You've calculated scores in your neural network representing the likelihood of a handwritten digit being between 1 to 10. Finally, you need to convert those raw scores to probabilities, and that is where you have to apply softmax to take the raw scores and convert them to probabilities. So this is where softmax comes into play. So softmax is in between right here, softmax. So that's what takes your raw scores and converts it into probabilities, where these raw scores are called logits. So how do we apply softmax? It's a very simple arithmetic operation. So we are going to compute the probability values of these numbers, and let's see what we have there. The formula for softmax says exponential of the score divided by the sum of the exponentials, going from I is equal to 1 to n. In this case, n is equal to 3, score I. And this is the logit, the softmax for score I. So what it means is that we are going to first convert this to exponential. Step 2, we are going to take the sum, and step 3, we are going to divide by the sum. So let's follow the procedure and derive the probability values using softmax. And so in this case, the first thing we are going to do is to get the exponential of the score, because or exponential of the logits, depending on how you want to call it. So let's see if this works for us for this simple example we have here. So I'm going to use a calculator. So let me use my calculator to do this. What is exponential 1?
Approximately equal to 2.71828.
What is exponential 2?
Approx 7.389.
What is exponential 3?
Approx 2.71828 times 2.71828 times 2.71828, approx 20.0855.
So we have the exponentials. Let's now get the sum. What is the sum of the last 3 values you calculated?
The sum of the last 3 values, E1, E2, and E3, is approximately 30.19278.
So we have the sum to be 30.19278. To get the probabilities, we are now going to take these values and divide by the sum. So let's use our calculator once again. I will like to divide the last 3 values by their sums. Can you give me the results of this computation?
When dividing each of the last 3 values by their sum, the results are minus E1 divided by the sum, 0.090. Minus E2 divided by the sum, 0.22447. E3 divided by the sum, 0.6652.
So let me just look at the results. instead of listening to it. So 0.0900, and this is 0.2447, and this is 0.6652. So now these are the values, these are the probability values for 1, 2, and 3. Now the assignment I'm going to give you right now is do the same thing, calculate the sum of this, and you see that it will sum up to 1. So this is exactly how Softmax works. This is how to calculate Softmax from the Logits, or from any numbers, any set of numbers, or from any set of numbers as the case may be. So this is exactly how to calculate the Softmax values. I will like to stop here, and I would like to thank you for viewing. Please remember to subscribe to my channel and also like this video. Leave me a comment if you have any challenges whatsoever, and we'll see you in the next part.